Okay, so I've shared my screen. So confirm if you can see my screen from there. Can you see the business plan document from your end? Anyone who can speak up, please.
Yes, I can see
I
it.
can see it. The
Okay, business plan summary, right?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So let's begin. All right. Okay, so when you're working on something like this, like before now, we've actually had a class on Twitter where we talked about how to write a business plan, right? So when they've sent in this their documents, I know I and a few people had discussions, and some people actually didn't understand why this document has to be like this. Okay, this is not a business plan format. It is not. So what they've gave you here, just like this called it, it's called a business plan, or more like a business summary document, a document that summarizes your business plan. So it has quite a few similarities with the business plan, but very far from what a business plan should look like, right? So you shouldn't have issues trying to work around that. And if you watch, there are some places where you have specific word counts of which TEF is expecting you to also follow these rules. So I'm just going to start explaining from the top, all right? So this very first page, you can see on this on the far right, where you should put in your company name. And whenever you replace any of these things, you should delete the instructions as following it. Just like this place, it says, write your company name here on this far left area, this way. So when you work on something like this, you put in your company name there. So let's say the company name we are working with is Dexa, all right? Okay. Guys, you can still see what I'm doing, right?
Yes,
sir. I can see.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Right. So, so when you fix in your business name, you take out any instruction that was there before. Okay. So right here, you can choose to leave this area this way, or you can replace it with something else that relates to your business. This picture, you can choose to leave it, or if you have a better cover that relates to your business, you can now put it out and replace it. So here, we don't need to explain here much. You put in your name, your email, your training category. Training category is the category you fell into when you registered for TEF, when you answered the initial TEF questions that got you into the training. Some people were disruptors, some people were innovator category and all of that. So you know the category you were placed in. So you would actually have to replace this area with that category you were placed in initially before we went into the 12 weeks training, if you can still remember. So that is what you need to do there. So date and year and month, you also fix that up. Okay, so they said, please note, the document sections highlighted with that's a yellow background required for pitching are the sections that will encourage you to speak mainly on when you deliver your pitch videos during the pitching phase. Meaning, in this document, we would find, just like here, we'll find areas that are highlighted by yellow. You know, you're going to do a pitching video after this stage. You're going to send in your video pitches to TEF. So they're seeing that these areas, they're actually giving you a kind of expo now. The areas that are highlighted in yellow, you will need them when you're pitching your when you're asked to submit your pitch video. Meaning the only thing you should focus your pitch video on is talking about the areas in yellow. Okay, so that's aside. Let's jump fully into what the business plan summary is all about. The first section we have here is the problem and solution. Okay, so right here, they need you to explain what your business is. Let's read out the instruction first before I start explaining. So they said about your business, you describe an overview of your business, highlighting one, how you came up with the business idea, what problem you're trying to solve, how your business solves the problem. So they said when describing your problem, make sure that you quantify the significance of the problem in terms of loss, money, other resources, or captured value. Now, let me explain what this means. And they want you to do this in not more than 150 words. Now, this is what Steph is simply asking you for. Now, let's say I'm going to be using DEXA as an example throughout this teaching. So let's say you're in a company like DEXA. So they're asking you about your business. On a normal day, I could say DEXA is an e-learning platform or an education tech, that's EdTech, that teaches Africans different digital skills and some skills in the financial market. All right, that is about DEXA. But if you want to now make it look the way TEF wants it to look, now how did I come about DEXA? How did I come up with the business idea? I came up with DEXA as a business idea because I saw that the financial market space, the global financial market space, is gaining recognition. People are stepping into crypto, people are stepping into NFTs, people are stepping into so many things. And a lot of Africans, as a matter of fact, a lot of Nigerians do not have access to this information. People do not know about crypto. A lot of people cannot afford to purchase crypto courses. Now, if you listen to what I just said around there, you would notice that I've tried to enter this section where they said when describing your problem, make sure you quantify the significance of the problem. Now, what is the significance of me coming up with DEXA as a business idea? We know a lot of Africans live under the poverty margin, and not a lot of people can afford crypto courses. Now, I'm trying to quantify the significance of this problem, meaning the issue is that people have problems with having cash to buy crypto courses. People do not have the knowledge. All right, people do not have the knowledge required to step into the crypto or NFT space or anything happening on the blockchain. Now, because that is a problem, we found out that problem, the high cost of acquiring courses, because if you look at the courses we have on DEXA, they're actually at least 80% lower than whatever any course is offering out there. Right? So that is a problem we've solved, we've quantified it. Now, another way we've also tried to solve this problem is, how does DEXA also solve this problem? Now, there are a lot of jargons around the crypto space, a lot of jargons. Now, DEXA also solve this problem by simplifying our courses. So if you've taken any course we've released on DEXA, you would notice that we try to use the simplest word possible. Now, we've also quantified that same problem, right? We've captured value with it. Now, they said when describing your problem, make sure you quantify the significance of the problem in terms of loss, that's i.e. time, money, other resources, or uncaptured value. Now, what is the uncaptured value that other crypto academies try to teach? Now, DEXA has actually moved from being just a crypto academy to now offering other digital skills, knowledge to other digital skills. Now, what is the uncaptured value? People who create some of these courses go ahead and use words that people cannot easily relate to. Now, you're dishing out value, but you're not giving that value in the most simplified term. Now, when we came into the space, what we tried to do is we broke down these things to more simplified terms, meaning people can easily get knowledge. You can get knowledge faster when you learn with us. Now, we are saving people time, we are saving people money, and we are making them it possible for them to capture the whole thing once. So when you're relating this section to your business, you would explain what your business is about first. For example, like I said before, DEXA is an online learning platform where people or Africans, Nigerians, can go learn digital skills as well as some skills required in the financial market. You understand? That is about your business. Then you can leave a paragraph, now explain the problem you're trying to solve. We are trying to solve the problem of illiteracy in the financial markets. All right. We're also trying to solve unemployment by providing the necessary skills needed to secure remote jobs. Now, that is also a problem we are solving. Now, how is our business solving this problem? DEXA is solving this problem by giving people access to this knowledge from the comfort of their homes. We have an e-learning platform built on Telegram's cloud where people can actually come and gain this knowledge without having to leave their homes. Now, we are providing solutions that supports comfort from the home, and that is how we are solving the problem. Now we've captured the section of time, money, or other resources, or uncaptured value. So you try to make this whole thing boil down to not more than 150 words. Anyway, after this, I'm going to pull up a document we've worked on before, so you can relate to it. Just as I'm reading out, you can be able to also see whatever is happening on that part. Okay. Now the business process, which is the second stage, the business process, features and functionalities. Now they're asking you, how does your business work? Describe the unique features of your business offering, and how they address your identified problem. 100 words. Now, what are they asking you? How does your business work? Meaning, how do you deliver your value? Okay, so describe the unique features of your business offering and how you address your identified problem. Now, DEXA have identified the problems of the knowledge gap in the financial markets and the digital skills space. The knowledge gap is the problem, first of all. That is the problem we've identified. Now, how do we address this identified problem? We address this identified problem, like I've explained before, by providing an e-learning platform that anybody can access using their mobile phones. Okay. Now, our solution is being delivered through the mobile phone. You can, if you have a laptop, if you have an iPhone, if you have an Android phone, you can access our courses once there is Telegram on your phone. All right. So that is how we deliver our business offering. That is how the business works. People pay for our courses online. After payment, they are being redirected to our Telegram channels, our cloud-based Telegram channels, where they can be able to start learning the different skills they're interested in. And that is how we deliver our business offering. Now, if you're someone who is into the agro sector, let's say you run a cassava processing farm, a cassava processing business. Now, how does your business work? You just have to describe the processes it takes to deliver your value to your customer. Okay. Now you go from the farm, harvest your cassava, take it to the factory they call it, or what, where you grind. After grinding, you dry, fry, package, and deliver maybe to wholesalers, as soon as sell them to your customers. Okay. Now the unique features of your business offering. Your unique features could be, I'm talking about a gari processing business, a cassava processing business. Your unique features could be that you make sure your the way you process your gari, you ensure that the processes involved makes the gari neat. You have neat packaging. You select for maybe for I don't know much about that business area, but just the unique things you do, because I know so some of the problems people who do these gari businesses do is that they don't focus a lot on hygiene. All right, so it could be the unique feature of your business, your USP. That's your unique selling point. It could be that you focus a lot on hygiene. It could be that you give more quantity than other people in the business. Just like in DEXA, we try to provide simplified knowledge. It is a unique feature of our business offering. We try to provide simplified knowledge. We try to provide knowledge I didn't even mention, we provide knowledge in a way that you don't have to burn a lot of data to access what we are teaching. All right. You don't have to waste so much data to be able to get through to our courses. So that is part of our unique business offering. All right. Kindly confirm if you can still hear me, please.
Can hear you.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Mute the mics. Thank you very much. So under that, they ask, how will you produce or provide your business offering? Tell us how you will create or develop your product. If you're offering services, describe how you will equip yourself, your team, to provide these services. Not more than 50 words. Now, it could be difficult for you to capture this part with less than 50 words. It's going to be very difficult, right? So you would have to use your words. My best advice for this section is, now For the first one, they ask you to use 100 words. And if you notice, you don't necessarily need to say so much thing on the first part. And now, because you're not necessarily going to break them to say, okay, this is the first part, this is the second part. So you try to make, fuse everything in the sense that before you exhaust your 150 words, you would have captured the value you're intended to capture. So how would you produce or provide your business offering? I've already mentioned for DEXA. For now, we still plan to build our app, our website to make it a full edtech, all right? But for now, we are operating on Telegram's cloud storage, okay? So then tell us how you will create and develop your product. For somebody who is, okay, for we who provide information, we are into the information marketing sector. That's the knowledge industry, all right? So how we create our product is we make in-depth research on the trending and on-demand digital skills. Like, for example, we've developed a course that is launching now on, on NFTs. We plan to develop courses on copywriting, digital marketing, data entry, and so many other things out there. Now, we make deep research on these things, find out the courses that employers are asking for, the skills employers are asking for. Then we start making deep research on them. Then the one we already have the knowledge base for, because basically almost all the courses we've ever created, I already know what they are. I already know how they work. I'm already into the system. So it's easier to pull up some of these courses. But in the long run, we might be hiring people who are experts in these fields to create the course, and then we pay them off, then start marketing these courses to our students. That's for courses I cannot create. All right. So this is how we develop our product. So if you're offering a service, just like Mr. Darley, who offers a voice over service, like they ask you how you should describe how you will equip yourself and your team to provide these services. It could be that you would keep enhancing your speech patterns. You would keep enhancing your use of vocab, your use of the Queen's English and stuff like that. So if you're someone who provides services, you describe how you equip yourself. Equipping yourself means developing your own self as the product, because people who offer services are the products of their businesses, okay? Unless you offer a product like we that creates digital products. People that create food, they have physical products. People who are into fashion, they have physical products. But if your business is not like this, and you offer services, that means the knowledge you have is the product of your business, meaning you yourself is the product you're selling. So you will talk about how you will equip yourself, the knowledge you need, the necessary certifications you need to put out there. So that is what you're going to explain in that section. Now let's go down to pricing. What is the average price of your product or service? That's in US dollars and in your local currency. If you have not determined the price yet, talk about what you will consider in deciding the price of your business offering. Okay, now let me explain this. For we also in DEXA, the prices of our courses are already determined. We have courses of 25,000. Okay, we don't have a cost of 50,000. Okay, 30,000, 10,000, 15,000, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to just list. If I'm doing something like this, I'm going to list each of the courses, and for each course I list, now you that have a product, all right, you can begin to talk about your own product as well. But if you have multiple products, don't start like for someone who's into a provision business, provision store. You won't go and say one roll of milk, 500, one tin of milk, 250, one sachet of Lipton, 20 naira. It does not make any sense, all right? So you can actually bring an average. If you have product classes or products who fall into the same class but differ, you can come up with an average. What do I mean by an average? Let's say you have 5 different beverage products. Let me explain. You have a tin of milk for 800 naira. You have a pack of sugar for 400. You have Lipton for 300, and so on and so forth. Now, what you're going to do is, if the products are 5, okay, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Then you you add each of their different prices, 800 plus 500 plus 600 plus 250. Then you divide by 5. That gives you the average. Now, if you have 10 different products, get the price of each of these products divided by 10. If your products are 7 different products, for example, I'm saying maybe product that are under the same class but are numerous, just like beverage. You could have beverages. You could have you could be selling food in one business, for example. So you won't start listing them one by one. So under beverages, you can just tag them as beverages. Then you calculate, you add up the prices of each product, divided by the general number. Whatever it gives you becomes the average. So you can just say beverages we sell for. You're not going to say we sell for. Beverages hyphen, you put the price, the average price for your beverages. Then this, you put the average price for this. But if you have few products to offer, maybe just like 5, and those are just your products, you can just go ahead and list each of them and put their prices in US dollars. But if you have not determined the price, okay, of your product, maybe your business is still an idea, you don't know how much you're going to be pricing your product. Now you'll talk about what you will consider in deciding the price of your business offering. Now, about what you consider, it entails maybe if you're going to be considering your expenses, the cost of raw materials, the things you need, okay, to get in place before you'll be able to have a product. Those things you would consider. The expenses, you explained what those things are that you would consider before you come up with a definite price for your business. Maybe the price of getting raw materials, the price of transportation, the price of labor, if those things are necessary, you talk about it. So about profitability, how will you make profit? Tell us how many users you expect to sell to in a year. If your business earns revenue by usage instead of by user/customer, indicate the level of usage you expect. Give a summary of your cost of operations or cost price and mention what profit margin you expect to make from your business. Now, how will you make profit in your business? For DEXA, we make profit by selling digital courses. Okay? We sell digital courses to people who are interested in them. When they pay, we make profit. Now, tell us how many users you expect to sell to in a year. Now, this is you making a sales projection. If this were to be an official business plan, this section comes under the financials, okay? So that is where you make your sales projection. What is your projection to sell in 1 year? What's your sales projection? Now, you could say first of all, don't just rush in and say you expect to sell to 1,000 people in 1 year. You could just be a gentleman, break it down. Say in 1 month, maybe in month 1, you expect to sell to maybe 60 customers, for example. You expect to sell a course to 60 different people. Or you can even take it up to a quarter. In 1 quarter, you're expecting to sell at least to maybe 180 people. 1 quarter is 3 months. You expect to sell to 180 people. Now, 180 times 4, you have 4 quarters in a year. Okay? 180 times 4 would give you so and so number. Breaking it down like this, not as if it's necessary, but breaking it down makes it look like you know what you're doing, even if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Breaking it down makes it look like you actually have your goal or your sales projection is attainable. You've counted the cost. You've thought about what is going to take you to achieve it. So that is why breaking it down is kind of necessary. All right. So you talk about how many you can sell in a quarter. For someone who offers a service, okay, you can talk about how many people you would need to offer your service to in a year. Now, they say if your business earns revenue by usage instead of by user/customer, indicate the level of usage you expect. Now, earning this place, let's say if your business is, what kind of business makes money by usage now? Okay, let's say you run an app that needs to generate traffic for you to make money. All right, so that is usage. You can say you need 1,000 or maybe 10,000 views or visit from 10,000 viewers for you to make so and so profit. You understand? Then they say give a summary of your cost of operations or cost price and mention what profit margins you expect to make from your business. Now, when you talk about cost of operations, they say you should give a summary. Cost of operations are the monies you need to spend for your business to be up running. The money you need to spend to keep your business operational. It includes electricity, transportation, utilities, things you need in your office. It doesn't include the product though. It doesn't include the cost of raw materials. These are just overhead costs, monies you need to spend in order for your business to be operational. How much is it? What exactly are you spending that money on? Are you burning data? Are you spending money on research? Are you spending money on survey? Things you need to do that makes your business work. Not what it takes you to deliver your to produce your product. Okay, let me use this word. It is what it takes you to deliver the value. That is what your cost of operations are, or your cost price. Okay, now talking about cost of operation is different from cost price. Cost of operation are the expenses you make to keep your business running, while your cost price could be the money you spend to get 1 unit of your product. And then mention what profit margins you expect to make from your business. Okay, when I pull up something I've worked on, I'll explain better how you would work on that profit margin. There's a way to calculate profit margin. So I'm going to pull up a document I've used before, so you would see what I did around that profit margin section. Okay. Now let's talk about market opportunity. So who are your target audience? Who is your target customer? Describe the size of your market in currency. That's in dollars. Your target customer and how many customers you anticipate will benefit from you solving the problem you have identified. Now, this section is simple. Your target audience, so you should describe them in currency. Now, it's normal to say your target audience are maybe young people between the ages of 20 to 25 who are undergraduates or stuff like that. But now your target, those are your target audience first. Then the size of your market. They have 200 million people in Nigeria. In each state, you have so and so amount of people, millions of people, but that's not what they're asking you for. They're asking you for the industry you're working in. For we that are into the education tech, the ed tech sector, DEXA now is into the ed tech. Okay. Now, okay, more like the knowledge industry. Let me call it knowledge industry. Now, describe the size of your market. You could say the global knowledge industry, for example, is worth maybe $3 billion or $30 billion. Now, that is the size of your market in currency. Don't just pull out figures, bro. Go to Google, search about your industry, search about your market, research on it. Google will give you, even the first answer on Google should be the size of your market in currency. All right. So if you're into fashion, the fashion industry should be up to $500 billion globally. Now, when you talk about the global size of it, still calm down. Talk about the size in Africa. Then talk about the size of your market in Nigeria, or depending on the African country you're writing from. Okay. So the global size of your market could be $500 billion. And then in Africa, the size in Africa could be $100 billion. Now in Nigeria's market share could just be roughly maybe $10 billion out of the entire market share in Africa. So that is how you talk about the size of your market in currency. Now, your target customer, like I said before, your target customer should be specific. When you're talking about your customer demography, you need to break it down, be specific. You're targeting maybe young adults, or you're targeting working class people, you're targeting elderly citizens, older citizens, or you're targeting people who live in urban areas, low income earners, kind of break it down. And you might not necessarily have just one target customer. A business can target old people and still target now breaking it down to old people who live in rural areas, or old people between 50 and 70, and then maybe your other product now targets young people between 25 and 30 who live in social area, who have this income size. Probably they are low income earners, they could be medium income earners, depending on what your target customer looks like. And then how many customers you anticipate will benefit from you solving the problem you have identified. Now, when you're on this section now, looking at the number of people within your state. Okay, now looking at the number of people in Nigeria, which is too broad, cut it down to the number of people within the state or city you are. Okay, so let's say if they have, for example, if there are 10 million people in Lagos, okay, and I'm operating a barbering salon or a hairdressing salon, I'm not going to serve 10 million people, right? So I can just go on Google. Maybe let's say I'm at Ikeja. I could just go on Google and say, okay, fine, how many people are in Ikeja, right? Out of people in Ikeja, how many people are young people between the ages of 20 to 30? Now, having gotten that figure, I could still break it down to, okay, within this range of people now, let's say maybe at the end of the day, I have just 1 million as the number. Now I say, okay, how many of these people can I target? You just say you're targeting just 5,000 or 10,000 out of that big number. You cannot serve everybody. Okay, so try to cut it down to the sizes and the people, specific people you are anticipating to serve with your solution. Okay, now credit alerts. Thank you, Jesus. Marketing and sales. Your marketing plan. So explain how you plan to get your product or service to your target markets. Highlight what tactics you will use to grow your customer base, maintain relationships, and build customer loyalty. What offline and online channels will you use to create visibility for your business? And tell us what distribution systems or partnerships you will use to get your business offering to the market. They want you to say this with just 100 words. Now, explain how you plan to get your product or service to your target customers. Now, that's your marketing and sales. How are you planning to get your product to your customers? Are you going to have a store? Are you going to have an outlet? Are you going to have a walk-in center? Are you going to have a showroom for your business? Now, that is how your customers are going to access your product. Now, for DEXA, we could have an app. We could have a website. We could have it on Telegram. Okay. Now, how are you going to get to these people? Facebook adverts, Google ads, influencer marketing. I'm just listing the things you can use. If it would be nice if you're writing down something. So it could be Facebook adverts, Google adverts, WhatsApp marketing, etc. and etc. Or by printing banners, billboards, and all of that. Now that is how you're going to get people to know about your, marketing, advertising, and sales are three different things. Don't mix them up. There are three different things. You advertise to get people to know about your business. While you market, marketing is necessarily not getting more people to know about your business. Marketing could just be to narrow down to the value of your business. Now, when you're marketing, okay, you're not focusing on yourself as a business. When you're marketing, you're focusing on the needs of your customer. When you're advertising, you're focusing on the needs of your business. Please note those two differences. Marketing entails highlighting the needs or the problem point of your customers, marketing. Now, advertising entails highlighting your business, right? So then I say highlight what tactic you will use to grow your customer base and maintain relationships or build customer loyalty. Now you could do a buy one get one free kind of promo. You could celebrate your customers' birthdays. It's a strategy. Maybe you have you could tell them that you have a directory for each of your customers' birthdays. So whenever it's your customer's birthday, you go there and send them a special birthday wish. All right. So some businesses have this thing automated. Your banks have it automated. When it's your birthday, it's not a bank manager that's telling them to wish you happy birthday. It's automated in the system. Once your birthday comes, the system sends you a happy birthday message. And for most of us who are emotional, who used to be emotional, when these things come, you feel like the bank loves you. You keep using the services of the bank. Now, this could also be a tactic you can use for your own business. Okay, I once had a business that we planned to even deliver cakes to our most loyal customers. So if you patronize us for a reasonable amount of time and it's your birthday, we could just surprise you with a cake of 4K, 5K. You won't even know the amount, but we've left an impression in your heart that you received a cake from our business, from our company. We could call you on special days, not just send you a text message. You could call on special days to celebrate these people. Now, these are tactics your business can employ to keep your customer base, maintain relationship, and build customer loyalty. You could also start awarding your customers free services when they patronize you for a specific number of times. All right. So anything you can do to grow your customer base, to maintain your relationship with your customers, or to build customer loyalty. You could also be listening more to customers. When a customer complains about a problem, you could go ahead and really work on that problem and give them feedback. Now, when customers complain about things, the fact that you're working on it is not enough. All right. You could work on it, reach out to that customer and ask them and ask for their feedback after you've worked on it. Let them know that you've done something about it. Then they should give you feedback on what they see, the new thing they see. Maybe if you're a business that uses app, right? So maybe somebody complains about the functions of your app, you guys work on it. It's just good that you get back to your customer and let them review it and give you feedback. Now, this thing
What happened? Hello.
Okay, can you hear me? I think there was a disconnection somewhere.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, at what point did you stop hearing me? At what point did you get disconnected so I can start from where we stopped?
We're trying to differentiate between
I didn't hear that, sorry.
You're trying to differentiate
Okay.
advertising and marketing.
Okay, that was where it disconnected, right? Okay, let's get back to that. Someone was calling me, so it disconnected. Okay, I'm sharing my screen again. Okay. Okay. So I was explaining the difference between marketing, advertising, and sales. So marketing talks about focuses on the needs of your customers, while advertising focuses on your company, the features of your company. All right. So now they're asking you for your marketing and sales plan. What are your marketing plans? So they say you should explain how you plan to get your product or service to your target markets, highlight what tactics you will use to grow your customer base, maintain relationships, and build customer loyalty. So why we disconnected? I've actually said a lot of things, so I'll just make a recap on them right now. So now I'm saying that here you're going to talk about things you would do that will make that will draw your customers to you, that would make you have a loyal customer base, that will make you build a good relationship with your customers and build customer loyalty. So one of these things you could actually do is to keep up with your customers. Now, some businesses have directory for their customer base where you have their phone numbers, their date of birth, where you could be able to actually put out a call to your customers to celebrate them for their birthday. You could give out gifts to your customers. You could give them free services. Now, someone have come to patronize you over and over again. You could I'm just telling you things you can actually fill up in this part. Customers who have patronized more than once, you could decide to gift them a particular thing as a thank you for coming kind of package that can make them stay loyal to your business or to your company. Now, I was explaining that I've been involved with a company. I've run a business where one of our plans to do this was where we get to celebrate a customer with cakes on their birthday. Now, you've patronized us over and over again. You could just come up in one of your good big celebration days and just bake you a cake. Now, imagine celebrating a customer with a cake. It leaves a lasting impression in their hearts, and they will go ahead and talk about your business to other people. So you're going to devise means that you would use to grow your customer base. It could be by doing community services. All right. Maybe you run a restaurant. One of the ways you could grow your customer base and maintain relationship or build customer loyalty could be actually to have a free meal days. I'm just giving an instance. All right. So you could have a free meal days where maybe customers that come within so time and so time can get to eat free food. These are strategies. These are tactics that bond you with your customers, that make people seek for free values. Anything that make people get free values they didn't pay for, extra care they didn't pay for. These are the things that build customer loyalty. So marketing focuses on your customer needs. Advertising focuses on your company features. Now you advertise to make your company popular while you market to get customer base. Now, what offline and online channels will you use to create visibility for your business? Now, this is where Facebook advertising comes in, Google ads, influencer marketing, email marketing, WhatsApp marketing, and all of that. All right. So for the online channels, you would make use of mobile advertising platforms like Facebook ad, like I just mentioned before. Now, for offline channels, your offline channels could be radio adverts, TV adverts, it could be banner, billboards. Now, these are the ways you're going to convey visibility of your business. These are the ways you're going to make people know about your company, to know that something like your company actually exists. Okay, so that is what you have to do on that section. The offline and online channels you will use to create visibility for your business. Those are what it is talking about. Then about your business analysis. This is the SWOT. That's your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, they say describe the strengths and opportunities for your business. Highlight the threats and weaknesses you see in your business and your plans to overcome them. All right? Your analysis can include any of the following: product, competition, political environment, social, technical, economic, and regulatory barriers. Now, on this section, you're going to, if you can create a table, it's going to be very good. If you can create a table, it's going to be quite beautiful. So on this section, you're going to try to highlight the strengths of your business, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. Now, about the strengths of your business, this could be the expertise of your team or the excellence of your products. If you have a perfect product, this could be actually a strength to your business offering, right? So maybe your team, you have a team of experts, you have a team that know what they are doing in your industry, and it's going to go a long way to add to the strength of your business. Now, for the weaknesses, your weaknesses could be those areas your business haven't covered well enough, right? So, for example, for DEXA, that is an education tech, that we enter the knowledge industry. One of our weaknesses currently is that we don't have a learning application. We don't have our own app. There is no DEXA app. Now, that is a weakness on our end because most of our competitors already have apps. Okay. Now, our strength also, despite that we do not have apps, one of our strengths is that we are leveraging on cloud storage of a social networking platform, meaning a lot of people already are existing on this platform, which is Telegram. A lot of people are on Telegram. Now, because people are on Telegram, it is not as if we are compelling people to download Telegram to access our product and services. They're already existing on these platforms. They are just leveraging again. They're just more like moving from one channel to the other to access our product. Now, it's a strength on one hand. On the second hand, it's a weakness. What if Telegram shuts down tomorrow? That means all our products goes up with it. Are you getting the point? So for opportunities, now there are so many opportunities you can explore. Like we agreed before, I'm going to be using DEXA as a case study for the rest of this class. Now, the opportunities you could explore could be probably it could be problems that are existing that you need to solve. The availability of the problem is an opportunity. The availability of a willing to buy customer base is an opportunity. The availability of a hungry market is an opportunity. Now, the fact that there are digital skills that keep coming up, which we can build upon to sell, is also an opportunity. For DEXA, the fact that ASU is going on strike is an opportunity because we would have the attention of more of our target customers to market to. Now, what are the threats surrounding your business? Threats around your business could be government policies that do not favor your industry. Threats around your business could be new entry of competitors, new people entering the industry, new competitors entering into your marketing space, trying to take up the market share you already have. Now, competitors could come in different ways. Competitors could be maybe already existing big brands putting eye in your products or the services you offer. The threats also could be, so many things. It could be regulatory, what's it called? Regulatory, is it policies or what? Just like when Twitter was shut down in Nigeria. Now, businesses who make their money off Twitter, it was a threat to them. So those are policies, issues with government policies, issues with economic policies, issues with, a lot of things. Then if you have products that are degradable, biodegradable products that can expire after a while. Now, one of the threats to your business could be you losing a lot of your products due to their lifespan. All right. So I'm just trying to highlight some of the ideas you could use to develop what your threats are. That's your SWOT analysis. Then your needs. Okay. What are your needs? Resource requirements. Now, the things you need to get your business going. They say, what do you need for your business right now? Describe the resources that you will need to meet your financial and business goals, which include equipment, additional employees, funding, etc. Now, this is where you're going to, funny enough, this thing is just almost like a business proposal. The documents that they gave to you guys to submit, it looks more like it's not actually a standard business proposal format, but it has more of an outlook of a business proposal. Now, what are your needs? Resource requirements. What do you need for your business right now? So you are the one who knows your equipment. You know if you need additional employees. You know if you need funding. You know if you need mentorship. So here you just highlight the things you need currently for your business. So the best practice, because TEF is only giving you 5,000 US dollars, which is about 2-point-something million. Now, sum everything up to fall under this amount of money. Don't underestimate and don't overestimate to a large extent, because any company that is funding you want to be sure that the fund they are giving you is going to take care of your business needs. Now, imagine you coming to me that you need money to start a business, all right? And then maybe I have 10 million to give you, and then your business requires 100 million. It will feel like throwing 10 million into your business, it's not significant. Or maybe you come with a budget of 2 million, while I have 10 million. It feels like, man, this business is not up to the capacity of what I want to fund. Okay? So whatever you're putting out, make it sizable, not much bigger than the grant you're trying to access, and not too much below the grant. Now, building a team. This is where competence come in. Who is on your business team? Write a brief overview of you and your team, and describe what makes your team uniquely capable of leading your business to success. Nobody wants to fund a business that is run by amateurs. Nobody wants to fund a business that is run by a novice. Nobody wants to fund a business that is run by people who do not know what they are doing. Now, who is your team member? Who are you? What is your qualification? Now, this is where you begin to talk about the training you've gotten that has made you eligible to run the business you're running. This is where you go to talk about maybe the certifications you have, the level of experience, your level of education, if what you do require some degrees, all right? So this is where you talk about your competence. This is where you brag. Let me use that word. This is where you brag about yourself and your team. People who are in your team, your maybe if you have team members, you talk about them. If it's just you, you talk about yourself. Brag very well. Let them know you're competent enough to handle the business. Then your plans, business forecasting and planning. Tell us what stage your business, tell us what stage you are in your business. Is it still an idea? Do you have a prototype? Are you testing your markets with surveys or a pilot version of your offering? Or have you started manufacturing / offering your services? If so, tell us how long you have been in business and what are your key business achievements to date. Okay. Now, here you're going to talk about if your business is still in an idea stage, that's you've never started up your business, it's still an idea in your head. This is when you tell them my business is still in the idea stage. If your business is in growth stage, maybe you've started, you're trying to get off the ground and you're trying to expand into different sectors around your business. Now it's in growth stage. Now this is where you just talk about it. Now, if you have, when they said, do you have a prototype? Let's say you're proposing to produce an app or to develop an app. A prototype is what looks like your final product. That's what a prototype is. Or you're building a car. Your business is the car manufacturing business. Your prototype would be what looks like the car you must have finished making. Do you have something like that? When your cars are ready, do you have things people can look at and know what your future product will be? Or are you testing your market to survey? That's trying out to know your feasibility studies. That's to carry out your feasibility study. Is that what you're doing? Or have you started producing your products? Have you started making your products or offering your services? If so, tell us how long you have been in business. Mention, and please, this is TEF. make sure your business is not more than 3 years old. Please find a way. Make sure you don't highlight that your business is more than 3 years old. If it is, do not mention at all, because you'll be disqualified at once. And then what are your key business achievements to date? Your business achievements could be one, maybe you've gathered a customer base of maybe up to 100 customers is an achievement. You've registered your business with CAC is an achievement. You've hired so number of staff, or you have this number of staff strength, it's an achievement. So those things, any step your business have taken is actually an achievement. So what are your next steps for your business? This is when you talk about your milestone. So your milestone could be financial, it could be customer focused, it could be anything. So for example, you could say that you're looking to make, for example, you're looking to make 100 million naira within the next 12 months is a milestone. Now you have to be specific. The best practice for me, make it quarterly, like I always say. Don't say in January you do this. Make it by quarter. It makes it shorter, because if you look, you don't have much space to talk about a lot of things, and they're actually asking you to do it in not more than 150 words. You see? So here, just say in the first quarter, you're looking to probably, okay, let's say you write quarter one. That's how you're going to do it. You say milestones, then you write quarter one. Under quarter one, you say maybe you now highlight January, rent a business location. All right. Then under it, you could say hire staff. That just make it a process. Don't just jump into things. Don't jump process, because you need an office first before you can hire staff. Even before you need an office, you need to develop a product before you have an office, before you can hire staff. So break it down if it is necessary. Then in quarter two, you could start looking at having a customer base of over, maybe let's say 200 customers or 100 customers, then having generated a revenue of up to 2 million, 20 million, 5 million, depending on the capacity of your business. Now, under milestones, when you're making sales projections under milestone, be reasonable. It is not faith something. Don't use faith and write this thing. Don't use faith. I know most of us are Christians. Don't go and be using faith to write your business plan proposal. Use your head, not faith. In Jesus' name. I hope people are listening well. So ensure you're writing something that is relatable, something that whoever looks at it will notice and is possible. It's not just something one person is saying because you believe it can happen. It can definitely happen, but then numbers don't lie. All right. So, okay. All right. So I think I'll talk about this. So that is all actually. Now I promised that I was going to put out a document I have worked on before. Okay, so let's see if I will find. So this is one thing. Can you see my screen now, guys? Let me know, please. Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, beautiful. Now this is a business plan summary we worked on the other year. I think that's 2021 last year for one of my mentees. Okay, this is actually a business of mine, which I gave over to a mentee of mine. So it's OMAT and e-commerce for grocery, fresh and raw food. All right. So this is what we did. Now, problem and solution section. This is what we wrote. So I'm going to zoom this in for you to see. So if you can take, okay. Now we said about business. This is how we did it. Now, in the world today, e-commerce has proven beyond every doubt to be the new normal for product sales and marketing to a wider range of customers within a short space of time, especially in a country with a huge market potential as Nigeria. Many tech giants have made entry into Nigeria and have leveraged on our large population to grow their e-commerce company to a continental standard, e.g. Jumia, Konga, and Payport. Okay. However, these industries seem to be marginalized. Okay, marginalizing merchants. Now, this is where we start talking about the problem Now we are trying to be specific about why we are starting this business. Now, this industry seems to be marginalizing merchants and small and medium scale traders who deal on raw food stocks like fish, meat, chicken, vegetables, fruits, and other perishable groceries, most of who reside in rural and remote communities. This is why we started our company, omatonline.com.ng. Okay. Now you see, then we went further to explain how Omat is a unique e-commerce platform where small scale traders can do this, blah, 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 blah. So if you can take a screenshot of this, take in 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. So I'll assume you've taken this screenshot. Okay, now, so business process, all right? Now, now this is where we talk about how we deliver our value, okay? Now, watch what we did here. Please pay attention to the highlighted area. We basically find local grocery vendors and fresh food traders, sign them up with our company, and upload their product to our e-commerce website, where our customers get to see them and make purchases. We deliver to them at their various locations at an affordable price. Now, this is how we deliver our value. Now, we make it easy for people to find the best grocery of fresh from farm food products without working the dirty markets. We also help vendors in rural communities to have access to a larger market to enable them sell their products faster, avoid spoilage, and make money from their comfort zone. We are bringing tech solution to our grandma's businesses in the easiest way possible. Okay, you saw how we did that. It was brief. Now, pricing. We said we charge 10% commission from the vendors and $1 for delivery to our customers, bringing our price average to $5. If you make this calculation, you find out that that is actually the average. Now, because we have 2 different ways of making this money, we had to look at the average and take the average, which became $5 for us. Now, profitability. This is where I thought about calculating your profit margin. So we said we have an estimated amount of 20 sales per day, 600 per month, and 2,400 per quarter, making 7,200 in a year. Let me take that again. We have an estimated amount of 20 sales per day. You know, that time I talked about breaking it down. 20 sales per day, 600 per month. And you would see that if you calculate 20 times 30, that's 600. And then 2,400 per quarter, meaning 600 times 3. Okay. And then I think 600 times 4, sorry, because we have 3 quarters in a year for 4 months each. 600 times 3 times 4 rather would give 2,400, making 7,200 sales per year. Okay. Now we've also talked about in this highlighted area, we calculated that figure to also show how we arrived at that amount. 600 times 12, that's 7,200. Then our sales projection. Now, because we sell to 7,200 customers per year at an average price per service of $5, our sales per year will now be 7,200 times $5, which is $36,000, which is about, as of the time we did this, which is about 18 million naira per year. Okay, so $1 as of when we did this should be 500 naira. So $36,000, which we are working with, gave us 18 million naira every year. Now that's our annual operation cost: internet, salary, electricity, advert, rent, transportation, office facilities, and etc. Okay, so you can also take screenshot of this if you need it for your to map out your operations cost, right? So we said our operations cost was $7,800, which was, we just estimated anyway, which was about 3.9 million naira. Then our net income. Now this is how you calculate net income. This is how you're going to work out your profitability area. Please, it has to be this way. It has to be this way. Then the net, okay, take screenshot, please. I felt in my spirit that someone needed to take a screenshot. Okay, go ahead and take a screenshot, please. All right, beautiful. Okay, now the net income equals total sales minus total expenses. Okay, so meaning our $36,000 minus $7,800, which gave us $28,200 as net income. Now, how do you calculate your profit margin? You're learning this thing for free. Please don't joke with it though. People would pay a lot to learn this thing. Don't joke with it. This is how you calculate your profit margin. Profit margin equals net income, which is $28,200 divided by total sales. Okay, so meaning $28,200 divided by $36,000, which is equals 0.78. Now you now multiply this 0.78 times 100, giving us a profit margin of 78%, meaning our profit margin over a period of 1 year is 78%. It is pretty high. So our business is a profitable business. Okay, that is what our profit margin is. I won't be able to go back on that. The video will drop. Maybe if you don't understand that part, you can watch the video afterwards. The market opportunity. According to industry sources, okay, they asked us about the target audience and customers. If you watch this thing, you would know that I wrote this in exactly the way I explained to you. Now I said, according to industry sources, the e-commerce market in Nigeria is estimated at $12 billion. We assume the price per service rendered by a company in the market will be $5 on the average. If we sell our service to 7,200 customers per year, our company has an annual market size of $5 times 7,200 people, making an equal of $36,000. That's 18 million naira. So we are trying not to overestimate and work with a feasible figure. Okay. Now you see, we've come up with our market size, which is 18 million naira out of the $12 billion market. So our market size in dollars per year is projected to be $36,000. So who are our target customers? Now we talked about citizens observing stay-home order. We wrote this business plan summary during the coronavirus. Urban dwellers, busy essential service providers, students living in hostels, etc. and etc. So if you see the pictures you're using to adorn the thing to make it look beautiful. So you don't need all these pictures, it's not necessary. The marketing and sales. Our marketing plan, you could also take a screenshot of this for your own good. Social media adverts, radio and television commercials, search engine optimization, partnership with popular large-scale farmers, branded t-shirts for our staff, word of mouth at trade fairs and major market entry gates. That is how we market our business to customers, all right? How we make people know about our business. Now, business analysis, that's our SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities. Now, here we said, remember, you could have more than one strength, you could have more than one weakness, but we have to just work with one to be able to have the number of words they need. Now, we said strength. Our team's technical expertise and knowledge of the market here in Nigeria is our strength. That means our team has a technical expertise. They are experts, and then they have the knowledge of the market in Nigeria. Then our weaknesses. One, people prefer to use mobile app, but we are currently operating with a website, meaning people who shop on Jumia, they would rather use a Jumia app than go to www.jumia.com. Now, it's a weakness because we did not have an app. We're basically working with just a website. Now, opportunities. Our business is the first and only of its kind in southeastern Nigeria. And the problem we have proposed to solve is a burdensome one for busy customers and vendors who suffer low sales. That is opportunity for us. Like I said before, the problem provides opportunity for you. Now, the threats. The major products we are dealing with are perishable edibles. We might run into risk of spoilage while it is in our possession, causing loss of profit for us and bad experience for our customers. Then what are our needs? We highlighted our needs. We said, as a new business, we are in need of the following to scale up our skills. 1-room warehouse and 2 deep freezers, blah, 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 delivery bikes, funds for payment of our new mobile app, new office equipment, laptop, wireless routers, reception phone lines, and etc. That is what our needs were. Then building a team. Who is in our business team? So we talked about, we said our team consists of a collection of different individuals with expertise in different fields needed in our company. The founder of this company is Opera Priska Ifeyiwa, born 1996. She's a tech enthusiast, trained business developer, marketing professional with field experience, blah, blah, blah. You could see everything there. Then look at the people in our team. You can even find my name there. Okay. So that is that about that. So your plans, business forecasting plan. So we said we are currently in our startup stage. Please pay attention. We have registered our company with Smedan. We launched our e-commerce website in September 2020 and have since gotten our first set of orders and trying to do more marketing to see how we can fully penetrate the market and scale from there. We are looking forward to launching our mobile app soon to further break more sales barrier. Now, what are the next steps for business? This is where we talked about our milestone. Now you can see how we decorated this milestone. So I'm not going to be reading out all these things. So I bid you in the name of the Lord, take a screenshot for your own good. Take a screenshot in 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So that is all. So guys, we will call it a day. I would have loved to entertain questions, but I'm hungry. I need to go and have my dinner. All right. So thank you very much for coming up online. So let me hear your voices before you go, please. Hello? Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. I hope you learned something tonight.
Yes, we did. Thank you so
And you
much.
understood everything, right?
Yes, we did.
Is there everything you did not understand? Is there anything you didn't understand?
Not at all. You explained every bit
Huh?
of it. Not at all. You explained every bit of it.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So I think she's speaking on behalf of everybody then.
I can only speak
So
myself.
I also have a question, sir.
You said?
I have a
I just
question, sir.
ordered to speak.
Okay, what is your question?
Okay, sir. In a case whereby you don't exhaust the amount of words that are required for a section, is it a plus or a minus?
It's not an error, it's just there, right? So when you, let's say they say you should use 50 words and you end up using 30, leave it like that, right?
Okay.
Let it go.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, any other question? Any other question? Okay, I assume we are all good. So guys, see you on the other side. On the other side, I mean see you on success side, all right? So I will share that document I used to a few number of you, not everybody. I will share that document so you can model your work with it, all right? So
Thank you
now
very
the
much.
video is also going to drop. All right, the video is going to drop in the group as well. That's why I had to record it. So whoever did not catch up can go and watch the video. Okay, guys, let me have something to eat. So good night. God bless you. I wish you success.
Thank you, sir.
All right.